Yeah, I'm all the way
Oh,
at the
there you
top.
are.
There we go.
Alright, so where is it? In my book. There it is. Yeah, read this. You can read it out loud for stream as well.
Oh, it's long. There's a few pages.
Yeah,
I just flipped through it.
it's like 12 pages. So.
Alright.
I mean, if you don't want to, I guess you could read it later if you're like too sleepy. Hmm.
Let's see. After many battles, it was clear who would win the war. The Chimer had great skills in magic and bladery, but against the armored battalions of the Dwemer, clad in the finest shielding wrought by Gennaro, there was little hope of their ever winning. In the interests of keeping some measure of peace in the land, Sithovan the warlord agreed to a truce with Karanethil, Raph the beast. In exchange for the disputed lands, Sithovan gave Baraf a mighty golem, which would protect the Chimus territory from the excursions of the northern barbarians. Baraf was delighted with his gift and brought it back to his camp, where all his warriors gaped in awe at it. Sparkling gold in hue, it resembled a Dwemer cavalier with proud aspect. To test its strength, they placed the golem in the center of an arena and flung magical bolts of lightning at it. Its agility was such that few of the bolts struck it. It had the wherewithal to pivot on its hips to avoid the brunt of the attacks without losing its balance. Feet firmly planted on the ground, a vault of fireballs followed, which the golem ably dodged, bending its knees and legs to spin around the blasts. The few times it struck, it made certain to be hit in the chest and waist, the strongest parts of its body. The troops cheered at the sight of such an agile and powerful creation. With it leading the defense, the barbarians of Skyrim would never again successfully raid their villages. They named it chimarvamidium. God damn it, that word is fucked. Chimarvamidium. There we go. Chimarvamidium. The hope of the Chimera. Gareth has the golem brought to his chambers with all his house thanes. There they tested chimarvamidium further. Its strength, its speed, its resiliency. They could find no flaw with its design. Imagine when the naked barbarians first meet this one in one of their raids. Laughed one of the house thanes. It is only unfortunate that it resembles a Dwemer instead of one of our own, mused Caranthil. It was revolting to think that they would have a greater respect for our other enemies than us. I think we should never have accepted the peace terms that we did, said another, one of the most aggressive of the house thanes. It is too late to surprise the warlord, Sithovan, with an attack. It is never too late to attack, said Barrow. But what of his great armored warriors? I understand, said Barrow's my spy master, that his soldiers always wake at dawn. If we strike an hour before, we can catch them defenseless. And they've had a chance to bathe before the let alone don their armor. Oh my goodness, I need a sip of my drink. We capture their armorer, Janago, then we too would know the secrets of blacksmithery. Let it be done, said Baroth. We attack tomorrow, an hour before dawn. So it was settled. The Kaima army marched at night and swarmed into the Dwemer camp. They were relying on Chimarvamidium to lead the first wave, but it malfunctioned and began attacking the Chima's own troops. Oh, fucking twist in the story. Added to that, the Dwemer were fully armored, well-rested, and eager for battle. The surprise was turned, and most of the high-ranking Chima, including Karenithil, Bareth the Beast, were captured. Though they too were too proud to ask, Sithovan explained to them that he had been warned of their attack by a calling by one of his men. What man of yours is in our camp? Sneered Barath. Chimarvamidium, standing erect by the side of the captured, removed its head. Within its metal body was Jinago, the armorer. A Dwemer child of 8 can create a golem, he explained, but only a true great warrior and armorer can pretend to be one. Wow. There's a whole publisher's note, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the few tales in this collection which can actually be traced to the Dwemer. The wording of the story is quite different from older versions in Uldameris, but the essence is the same. Chimarvamidium may be the Dwemer. This word occurs several times in plans of Dwemer armor and homunculi, but its meaning is not known. It's almost certainly not hope of the Chimar, however. The Dwemer were probably the first to use heavy armors. It is important to note how a man dressed in armor could fool many of the Chimar in this story. Also note how Chimar warriors react. When the story was first told, armor that covered the whole body must have still been uncommon and new. Whereas even then, Dwemer creations like golems and centurions were well known. Scholarly Mormon leaves a few pieces of the original story intact, such as parts of the original line in Aldmeris. A Dwemer of 8 can create a golem. Another aspect of this legend that scholars like myself find interesting is the mention of the calling. This legend and in others, there's suggestion that the Dwemer race as a whole had some sort of silent magical communication. Records of the Sigic Order, which suggest they too share this secret. Whatever the case, there are no undocumented spells of calling. Cyrodiil historian Borgacillus Mallier first proposed this as a solution to the disappearance of the Dwemer. Theorized that in 1E 668, the Dwemer enclaves were called together by one of their powerful philosopher-sorcerers to embark on a great journey, one of such sublime profundity that they abandoned all their cities and lands to join the quest to foreign climes as an entire culture.
Wow.